Hey, welcome back. I'm Michael Janda. In this video, we're going to talk about 8 pricing rules for designers. Now, I put these rules in my book, The Psychology of Graphic Design Pricing. If you've read that book, you might have seen them before, but I wanted to share them in this video because I think they're so important to help you have a mental framework behind how you're going to price projects. So let's run through the 8 pricing rules for designers. And number 8 to get started is always discuss money with confidence. If you're sitting at the table with your potential client and you're discussing the cost or price of the project that you're trying to pitch to them, and they sense that you're unsure about your pricing, unsure about your numbers, it is like blood in the water, and they're the shark, and they're gonna come after you. Not all clients. I mean, some clients genuinely want it to be a beneficial relationship between you and them, but there are plenty of clients out there that are gonna wanna try and haggle you down. So you've gotta be confident in your numbers. When you present your price, do it with confidence, understand where those numbers came from, understand your cost structure to produce the work, and that will help you have the confidence to discuss money with confidence. All right, number 7. Never take on a project that is guaranteed to be unprofitable. Now, there are ways that you can be compensated for a project that don't relate to money. Sometimes you're going to take on a project that might be a break-even project or even slightly financially unprofitable because it's going to make a great case study for you. Sometimes a new project's going to give you access to a new client opportunity or to future projects. Those things happen, and there are exceptions to this rule, but the rule is you're in business to make money. Bid your projects to profitability. And don't take on projects that are going to be unprofitable. Now, if you want a project to not be unprofitable, you've got to know your number, your cost to produce the work, and not go below that when you're negotiating the price with your client. So never take on a project to be unprofitable, that's guaranteed to be unprofitable, but there are a couple of exceptions that you might consider when you're trading your work and time for something else that you're going to get. But you got to do that with a conscious decision. Don't just let your client ramrod you into whatever price they decide they want to pay and you say yes. All right, number 6, don't play number games. Don't play the number games like $9.97 is your price. If you're gonna go $9.97, just go whole numbers, say it's 1,000, or go to 900. And I have some rules in where we break these price breakdowns, which I'll be sharing in some other content. But in the meantime, you shouldn't be sending a bid for $3,499 or $1,299 or $3,642. You don't need to play those kinds of numbers games in creative services. Don't be afraid to go to whole numbers based on increments of 50, 100, 1,000. My opinion is, if you're trying to decide that you want to be close to 2,000, but you don't want to be quite 2,000, don't be $1,999. Instead, be $1,750 or $1,900. So that you come in under that $2,000 number. Don't be those little it's called left digit effect in pricing, where we change the rightmost digit to change the leftmost digit. So 2,000, you take down $1 off of it, so we change the rightmost digit, and it becomes a 9, and it changes the leftmost digit from a 2 to a 1. You don't need to play those games in this industry. Be straight up with your numbers and stick to whole numbers. All right, number 5, every project that can be bid at a fixed price should be. Fixed bid pricing is your best bet to profitability. It rewards you for working quickly. It rewards you for getting to the solution quickly for the client. The less time it takes, the more profit you make on your time. Whereas hourly billing is not advantageous to you because it penalizes you for working quickly. The faster you get the work done, the less money you make. It doesn't incorporate the value of the service that you're offering and your expertise. It's also disadvantageous to your clients, and this is something that I've been talking about lately. Hourly billing is not the best for your clients either, because it incentivizes you to take longer on the project, and your client doesn't want that. So fixed bid. Fixed bid. Every project that can be bid at a fixed price should be, and you should establish a profit margin in that price and give your client that structured, here's the scope, what we're going to do, here's what it's going to cost you. All right, number 4. Itemize projects by phases, not deliverables. I learned this lesson early on. I used to, in the early days of my agency, itemize things by deliverables. Client would come to me, they wanted a logo and business cards and a letterhead and an envelope design and a one-page website. So I would say, okay, logo, $400. Business cards, $200. Website, $300, $900, whatever it would have been at the time. And I would itemize it all out for the client. And then the client would look at that list and they would say, oh, you know what? We're going to make this a little cheaper. Let's pull off this one thing. Let's take off the letterhead. We don't really need that for $200. We'll save $200 and not do that. And they would reduce the price of the project by plucking things off of the scope list that I gave them. Instead, break things down by phases. So you say logo design. Now let's break down logo design into 3 phases. Phase 1 is research and concepting. And what do you do in research and concepting? Well, we've got to talk to the client. We've got to mood board different logo ideas and do some rough sketches. You have to do that. The client can't pull that out of the project. Phase 2 would be core logo design or primary logo design, where you design the main logo mark and you give them certain rounds for that design. And then phase 3 could be the logo package, where you design the alternate versions of the logo, stacked version, horizontal, vertical, black on white, white on black, whatever different variations you'll need for that logo. Now that is phase-based pricing, and the client can't extract any piece of that and still get the end result that they want. So you break out your pricing based on phases, and those phases are things that the client can't pull out to try to make their price cheaper. All right, number 3. Never tell your client how many hours are allocated to a fixed bid project. Sometimes clients will ask you that. It's none of their business, and you're not bidding things based on hours. You're bidding things based on a number of different variables, what the market value is, what the value is to the client, what their budget is. All these kinds of things play a part into how you arrive at your price. So if a client asks you, hey, how many hours do you have in this project? You say, we don't bid by the hour. This is a fixed bid price based on the type of scope of work. We're committing to you that we're going to deliver this deliverable to you for this price, but it's not based on hours. So don't ask the client, or don't answer that question if the client asks you how many hours are included in your bid. You don't bid by the hour. All right, number 2. Never tell your client how much profit you are making on a project. Again, I've had clients ask this. That's none of their business, how much profit you have in the project. So you don't have to share that with the client. And the truth is you can respond this way. We're not sure how much profit is going to be in this project. We always structure our projects based on a fixed bid, a specific deliverable for a specific price. And then the profitability of that varies depending on how quickly the work is done, how many rounds we actually end up going through. There's a variety of different things that influence the profitability on that. Do we need to get an extra freelancer in? Did Sally spend 10 hours or 15 hours on that project? So we don't know the specific profit on every single project. We bid things at a fixed bid price, and we hope for them to be profitable. we usually try to put in enough buffer so that we can have a profit margin on that. But that's the way that our business makes money. Now, you don't have to tell the client how much money that is that your business is making off of the project. The reality is, are they willing to spend what you're asking for it? Yes or no? If yes, you'll work together. If no, then let them go find somebody else. All right, number 1 on the pricing rules for designers is never feel bad about big profit. This one is hard, honestly, because as designers, we're typically people pleasers. We want to help people. We want them to like us. We want them to be happy with the work. And when we make money doing something that we love to do and we enjoyed it so much and we're so proud of the results, and when we make profit on top of that, sometimes is a psychological battle that has to happen inside of us to make us not feel bad about that. The truth is that this is a business. And if you make big profit on a project, then kudos to you. You should not feel bad about big profit on a project. Enjoy it. Enjoy the fact that a client valued what you had to offer so much that they were willing to pay you an amount that resulted in big profit for you. Enjoy that. Make that something you're proud of, not something you feel bad about. All right, those are the 8 rules for pricing design work, and I hope that they help you get some paradigm when you're pricing your work. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Again, always, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I got a lot more content coming for you. Thanks so much. We'll see you again later.